Greetings, Zimbabwe. My name is Charlene Chikenya. I'm the project director for STEM Foundation Trust. Today we are gathered at Crystal Lodge, Masasa, Harare for a workshop on strengthening response mechanisms to sexual harassment in higher tertiary institutions in Zimbabwe, which is through an intercultural exchange between Zimbabwe and the United States, represented by Wagner College, New York City. This program came to be about through my Mandela Washington Fellowship experience, where young leaders are selected to travel to the United States by the US sponsored program, which is administered by IREX. We were at Wagner College, and through Wagner College we met Dr. Rutendo, who is here at the workshop. She came all the way from the United States so that we could have an intercultural exchange on sexual harassment. And we have been having, yesterday we had many speakers. Among them was the Female Students Network Trust, represented by its director, Evanice Monando. We had Say What, represented by Jimmy Wilford. We had the Zimbabwe Republic Police Victim Friendly Unit, which was represented by Inspector Samantha Chaneta. We also had Wagner College itself, represented by Dr. Rutendo, who is the vice president of enrollment at Wagner College and also a Title IX officer. We have been exchanging the various cultural contexts of sexual harassment, as well as exploring laws, policies, and procedures that are in place. And we have realized that there is no criminalization law to sexual harassment, which makes the issue quite difficult to solve. But together with the Victim Friendly Unit, who have also highlighted that there is a need for the criminalization of sexual harassment so that we can be better able to tackle this issue. We're very glad that the organizations that are representing have also shared the various stories and experiences that they faced on sexual harassment in tertiary institutions, such as poor reporting, such as stigma around sexual harassment, reporting secondary victimization. Sexual harassment is not a crime according to the law. One cannot be arrested because of sexual harassment. It is only under indecent assault, and for sexual harassment it has to be beyond reasonable doubt. For example, if you go into the court of law and you want to report sexual harassment, it has to be beyond reasonable doubt, and there are no specific laws codifications on sexual harassment. It means that it is not a law.
Is this a big problem at institutions of higher learning in Zimbabwe? Is sexual harassment a big issue? And also, we have been speaking about sexual harassment issues in institutions of higher learning. What are the barriers to, addressing this problem that we have been talking about for so long?
According to Female Students Network, they did a survey, and in 2017 thereabouts, and through this survey they realized that 90% of the students had reported having experienced some form of sexual harassment, but that the reporting was very poor. They had not reported it. Some have not even, and for some they do not even know what sexual harassment is, which means that there is poor awareness on sexual harassment. People are not really aware on what sexual harassment is, and because of the cultural context, there's a lot of comfort in the subject matter, and yet it's something that is quite dangerous. In universities, sexual harassment is very rampant from lecturer to student. It can be from lecturer to lecturer, it can be from student to student, and it is quite rampant, and many students have been raising concerns of being sexually harassed by their lecturers in exchange of grades. So yes, this is quite an issue that can deter female education, especially as they are the most affected.
What are the barriers to addressing this problem?
The barriers to addressing this problem is that of late there were no stringent internal sexual harassment policies in higher and tertiary institutions. So over time, we're happy that the Ministry of Education has been working on it, and internal policies have been slowly being implemented, but there's still some universities that do not have this internal